everybody, it's Sue and Sal. We're here at the garden. It's late September, and it's really that time of year when things are wrapping up. We're still doing a lot of harvesting and preserving, and it's also kind of the time to be thinking about garden cleanup. So we'll go in the garden and take a look around. When you're thinking about your fall cleanup, just a reminder that, well, for one thing, any flowers that are still blooming, as you can see, there's a bee on this one. There's some very late season pollinator activity, and so if you have flowers blooming, it's really great to let them stand. In addition, we're just going to let these die here in place. We're not going to pull them up. We're going to take care of it next spring. It makes good overwintering habitat as well for all of our friendly pollinator insects.
So while there's quite a few different kinds of flowers and herbs that we can just let die here and just leave their biomass on the ground to help protect that soil over the winter, there are a few crops that we're definitely going to want to take out of the garden, and that includes our brassica family, so our broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, anything like that. And then the other family that we really want to make sure we're removing is our tomato family. So that would be specifically your tomatoes, but also your peppers and eggplants and potatoes, just because there can be a lot of pest issues that will overwinter if you leave that plant matter on the ground. So we're going to get them out of the garden, get them in the compost, and start them breaking down once they're done for the season. There is one more crop family that we're also going to take out of the garden just because there are a few diseases that it can also carry in the leaf detritus, and that is our squash family. So I already pulled out our zucchinis. They were kind of done for the year. It's getting a little cooler. Our winter squash, we're still curing that, so we're going to wait until those plants completely die back, and then we're also going to get those out of the garden.
We're just going to take a quick look at our cover crops here too. We had seeded these quite a while ago. And as you can see, our oats grew up really well. It's starting to set seed. Our buckwheat has already set seed. Now with both of these, if we just leave them in place, they will, add organic matter to the soil, and they'll protect the soil for the winter. They're also going to end up seeding oats and buckwheat because these plants have both flowered and made seeds. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you don't want if we didn't want the seeds right here in this place, we could pull these and use them to actually seed a different part of our garden. And then, as you can see, the clover here made a really nice ground cover, and our radishes as well have really grown, and they're going to be putting a lot of organic matter down deep into the soil. So we're just going to let both of those, the radishes will die over winter. The clover will be here in the spring, so we'll either leave it there or we'll have to do something with it in the spring.
So like we mentioned earlier, it's getting to the end of September, and I think this time last year we had gotten a frost already, so we were really done with most of our vegetables in the garden. So just keep an eye on the weather if you're still harvesting tomatoes and some of your more summer crops, just so you know when you want to take them all in. We can link to the video that we did last year talking about how to prepare for a frost. We will also link to a couple different videos that we did on garden cleanup and just general end of season things that you might want to think about in your own garden. As always, subscribe to the channel to be notified when new videos come up. Leave any questions or feedback in the comments section below, and we will see you next week.
Bye!